And it's just how many stages of cooling do I have? Do I want to extend the timing after the cooling turns off, let the fan run a little longer, up to 4 stages? Show advanced settings. This is where I get the enable cooling, outdoor air temperature lockout. I can lock out the compressors based on outside air. And I can lock out the compressors based on discharge air also. So if the discharge air temperature gets too low and my thermostat's still calm for cooling, I can turn off those compressors. Heating does the same thing. Outputs. And I have an auxiliary output. How do I want to use that? So, simple dehumidification, hot gas bypass, or economizer, or just time of day. Show advanced settings. There we go. Here's where I can play with the interval timing, PID loop. Leave it alone. Set points. Remember, this is the programming of the thermostat. You can get to all these things outside the programming. Here's my occupied, standby, and unoccupied for heating and cooling. And I can put advanced settings. And the advanced settings give me some limits. I can put a range for the set point. Yeah, sure, the guy can, the set point will be adjusting here, but I don't want them to be able to raise or lower the set point to 85 degrees. I want to put it somewhere between 70 and 74. Hey, some guy 70 and 71. Yeah, you can't play with that now. You can play with it all you want, but I ain't gonna do it. And I can have recovery ramp here from unoccupied to occupied based on outside air temperature. So the warmer it is outside, the slower the recovery is for cooling. The faster the recovery is for heating. So that's part of the intelligent recovery. It's already preset for you, but it's worth seeing. And then the wiring diagram. Okay, this is the wiring diagram that we created from our program. Terminal numbers are all the ones on the subbase. There it is, that's your thermostat. And when you're done, you hit finish, saves it, then you hit download it.
Okay, where does it save it to?
Saves it to the WebStat. It actually goes in there to the WebStat itself. All the data is saved in that. Of course, it's saved in here too. But you're downloading from the WebStat, so your database is in the WebStat, and it's in each individual stat. But all your schedules and things like that are in the WebStat. The programming is in the WebStat. So if I want to download or upload it, I do it from here. And you'll see what we just did, download pending. Because we programmed it, but we haven't downloaded it yet. Now, so if I want to download it, I just click on download.
It's not in the individual files.
I'm sorry?
It's in the WebStat, but it's not in
The program?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's in the WebStat, because we changed the program in the WebStat. We didn't download it. We did the software change. We haven't put it in the hardware. Now, system allows you, this is where you set it up. Now, when you're first doing this, you change your computer. The IP address, and this is in the instructions, in the packing material. The IP address is 10.0.0.1 for the WebStat. So So when you plug into it between your computer and that, you gotta change the IP address in your computer to 10.0.0.2, so you can talk to them. If they're not in the same address, they won't speak, unless you're going through a router and all that stuff. If you're plugged in direct, you have to change your IP address in your computer. Who does not know how to do that? I will show you if you need. Okay, I'll show you that. Neat thing in the instruction book, it does show you how to do that, which is nice. The important thing after you've done that is remember to put it back on your computer. I've done many times where I got them in the office plugged in, I couldn't talk to anything. I said, man, the network was down. It's just me. To update it, you can browse your computer for the latest update. You can download the update from our web forum, actually download from customer.honeywell.com under tools and resources. If there's an update to the software, you can download it from there, put it on your computer, browse your computer, grab the package, and then you can send the configuration down to it, upload it into the web. You can also back up your configuration. You take everything you have on that web vision right now, and I can upload it onto my computer, so I have a backup of it. And then I can restore it. Let's say that WebStat bites the dust, and restore it to a new one. Or someone's been playing with it, like the one in the demo we're looking at, and they play it with it a lot. You want to restore it back to where it was. You can put the database back in. You can also reboot the web vision. If it's acting funny, you want to reboot it, you click here, reboot it remotely. To reboot it on site, you just pull up and kill the power. But to do it remotely, you can command it. Or you pick up the phone and call someone and unplug it for you. Here's where you set the time and date, and it gets, this particular one's getting its time from the government. I think up the internet, you can sync it by clicking here. This is the time master for this network. It's in Minneapolis, so it's on Central Time. And the local weather and outdoor temperature. We don't have an outdoor air temperature device, and the external link is they put right here. It's called local weather, and that links to the to this weather channel in Warwick, Rhode Island. And so someone from Warwick, Rhode Island set that up. So, and then you can see it up here. It says local weather. The next thing is email setup. So if you want to send alarms out, there is no bell on this thing. It has to send an email. So you have to set up an email address for that particular device. So you got to give it a server name like smtp.honeywell.com. It could be gmail.com. Reply to the address you want to send the information to, and make email account. Now, the email account would be alarms@gmail.com or whatever you're using for it to tell you. It could be alarms@honeywell.com. It's the address. It's actually an email box that your customer IT guy sets up for you, or you set up. Maybe you have. I know I've got Fuse, which is it's a tiny belt. My server, and they give me 5 email addresses I can use. I can set up to 5. Okay, I use one of those for an alarm. And for testing purposes, it applies to that. You don't need, because you don't want mailbox it's sending stuff into, because the web vision sends mail, but it doesn't read it. Okay, it's not interested. And then if it requires a password, the name and password, you put that here. So when it says I have an alarm to send, it logs into its email, it sends out the alarm by email. And when you send it, have it all set up, you hit the send test. It will send out a test, and it goes here. And if